So you're having trouble sleeping while you fast, huh? Well, I got some tips, tricks, and troubleshooting to help you figure out why you're not sleeping good while you're fasting. And stay tuned to the end. I'll show you my secret little nightcap that I use from time to time when I can't sleep. All right, let's get right into this. So you're having trouble sleeping while you're fasting. Well, let's troubleshoot a little bit first and look at your habits, because bad habits are going to overweigh good habits, and the tips that I'm going to give you are going to be completely useless if you don't first start with a clean slate. So what do I mean by a clean slate? I mean no vices, no drug addictions, no caffeine addictions. You're not taking in anything exogenously that's going to affect your body and change your sleep state. So for example, caffeine would be one, okay? Caffeine is going to crank up your cortisol even higher than it is while you're fasting, and it's going to cause sleep issues. I don't care if you took it 12 hours before. I don't give a shit about half-lives. The truth of the matter in real life is it does affect your sleep, okay? So kick all your vices, kick all your addictions, and then if it's a medication issue, then that's something you have to look at either with a coach or a doctor or whoever if you don't know how to troubleshoot that, okay? Okay, so let's get right into the tips. Number one, no TV or screens 2 hours before bed. You don't want to be in front of any kind of blue light that is going to block your melatonin within 2 hours of bedtime. I know a lot of people that work late. They have these shitty jobs where they're always on a computer, etc., etc. For that, you can get blue light blockers, but especially don't be on social media, okay? If you're working, the blue light blockers are going to be okay. It's not optimal, but I'm especially saying stay away from social media and entertainment other than maybe books 2 hours before bed. Books or board games, whatever, that's fine. Stay away from the fucking screens, okay? Let your hormones do their natural process for sleeping. Okay, next tip. Make sure your salt levels are good, meaning your sodium and your potassium. Make sure that you're hydrated as long as you're wet fasting and not dry fasting, right? This doesn't apply to dry fasting. If you are properly hydrated, you are less prone to muscle spasms, twitches, that sort of thing when you're trying to sleep. Restless leg syndrome, right? Make sure you're hydrated. Very important while you're wet fasting. All right, next thing to look at. How long have you been fasting? If you've been fasting for a long period of time, I'm talking a week plus, 5 days plus, long fast, and you just can't sleep anymore, and it's been, say, 2 days in a row and you're having trouble sleeping, and you need to function, break your fast. Have a little bit of fruit in the meal so that fructose can jump up, can boost your serotonin, and you can have a nice sleep that evening, okay? There's no shame in breaking the fast at like 4 or 5 days, 3 days even, because realistically you should be on a routine instead of trying to fast forever and then just, hey, I'm doing 30 days and then I don't know what I'm doing after that. It's better to be on a routine of, say, 72s, 96, whatever, okay? So break your fast with a little bit of fruit to boost that serotonin and help you sleep better. Okay, the next tip a lot of people overlook is something that I do and I found to be actually a very anabolic practice. I stretch before bed. I stretch out all my muscles, especially if you're training, but I stretch out all of my muscles right before bed. It helps me feel loose and relaxed. My muscles aren't tight and I'm less prone to twitching and muscle spasms, etc. All right, my next tip is a fun one. You ready for this one? Sex before bed. Kapow! That's right. I am telling you to have sex before bed when you can't sleep, okay? Now, obviously, you don't want to be a sex addict or a porn addict. No porn. No porn, okay? I'm talking real sex with a human being that you love. And if you don't have a partner like that, maybe sometime masturbation can help, okay? So what happens when you ejaculate as a man, okay? This can kind of go either way for women, but this one especially works for men. You release a hormone called prolactin, and that hormone is going to help you relax and make you sleepy. Don't believe me? Take a look at every man ever who's just finished having sex. We can literally just roll over and fucking fall asleep, okay? That's the way it is. So that is my next tip, but don't rely on that all the time every night because you don't want to be a sex addict. And again, no porn. All right, another tip you guys can use to get your punk ass to sleep is Epsom salt baths. Now, I use actually just any kind of Epsom salt. I don't care if it's scented or whatever. Blah. It doesn't matter if you're getting a bath. I'll get the lower grade stuff just because it absorbs through your skin anyway. Okay, you're gonna get the magnesium through your skin. I do buy higher grade if I am taking the magnesium orally. You have to buy food grade. But for Epsom salt baths, you can really calm your nervous system down with some magnesium if you just buy any cheap old Epsom salt brand and get a nice hot bath with it. Okay? And then to tie in with that as well, if you make the bath hot, then when you come out of the bath and cool down, your blood pressure will actually drop, and that will also help knock you out. So there's this thing that drug dealing ass doctors do. Sometimes they'll prescribe blood pressure medication to children even to help them sleep. So basically they'll prescribe blood pressure medication. The kid's supposed to take it before bed. It drops their blood sugar and it knocks them out when they have insomnia or they have trouble sleeping. Instead of actually getting to the root of the problem, they get the kid on meds right away. Okay? Now you can replicate that in your fucking shower. It doesn't even have to be a magnesium bath. You can just get a really hot shower, and then when you come out and cool off, it's going to dip your blood pressure. A lot safer than medication, okay? And it's not going to dip it like crazy low like you would happen if you overdose on medication or something. So keep that one in mind too. All right, my next one is something that Cole talked about in videos before, I know, is apple cider vinegar shots. Apple cider vinegar shots can help regulate your blood sugar and actually bring it down a little bit, which is going to help you sleep, okay? It's going to be within normal ranges, so don't think that like you're going to take an apple cider vinegar shot and your blood sugar is just going to tank. That's not how it works, okay? So apple cider vinegar shots can help you relax. So if you take one, say 2 hours before bed or even an hour before bed, and then again at bedtime, if you're still not, if you're still feeling kind of wired up, then that will also help. And then my last thing that I'm going to go into is my unofficial snake diet nightcap, okay? This is something that I use personally, and I'm going to share it with you guys. Don't let it get out of control like something that you need every night like a fucking addict, okay? I use this maybe once a month. Not even that much anymore because I eat now since I've gotten leaner. But I used to use this when I was doing prolonged fasting, and it helped me. It calmed down my stomach, it calmed down my nervous system, and it helped me sleep. It just took that little bit of an edge off when everything else didn't work, okay? Alright guys, so here we go. This is my unofficial snake diet nightcap. This is something that I use to help me sleep sometimes. And here are the ingredients. I have the apple cider vinegar out. I don't actually put this in the drink. What I do is I take a shot of apple cider vinegar about 2 hours before bed, and it helps to lower my blood sugar and get a nice stable sleep. So I do that separately. So we're going to leave that out of the video for now. As far as the actual nightcap goes, here are the ingredients. You got some high quality organic baking soda. We have our magnesium source, which is food grade Epsom salt, and I got 10 kilograms of this bad boy, so that's a lifetime supply if I'm doing orally. And then we have some organic lemon juice. And basically, all we're going to do, we're going to put the baking soda in first. So you put in 1/4 teaspoon baking soda. Then you're going to put in 4 tablespoons of the organic lemon juice. You're going to get a nice fizz when you mix the lemon juice and the baking soda. And then we're going to go with 1/8 teaspoon of the magnesium or the food grade Epsom salt. And that's it. All we add to that is some hot water. Give it a nice stir. And I'm going to use this because I didn't bring out a spoon, but it's all good. So it's similar to neocitrin, except it doesn't have any drugs in it. It's a nice natural way to help yourself get to sleep. The magnesium really helps calm your nervous system. The baking soda will help calm your stomach and also cool down your kidneys. And the lemon juice is just great to add for flavor, but also will help you with your liver and kidney support. All right, so that's it, guys. I mean, I threw a bunch of tips at you guys. I'm sure there's even more to help you sleep, but we'll cut it off right there for the sake of not making this a 10-hour video. I'm sure this is the first of many. All right, love you guys. Pert.